Every year, hundreds of independent game developers flock to Gamescom to get their games into the hands of players. Welcome to the Gamescom Awesome Indie Show 2026. Coming up, we're highlighting some of the coolest, weirdest, most impressive, most ingenious independent games from this year's Gamescom. You can expect exclusive trailers and gameplay reveals, in-depth game previews, and interviews with the people bringing these games to life.
I made a game about just walking around in this environment.
So don't go anywhere. The Gamescom Awesome Indie Show 2026 starts right now.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Gamescom Awesome Indie Show. I'm Damon Hatfield, coming to you from IGN's Los Angeles studio. Gamescom is a celebration of gaming worldwide, and every year, hundreds of studios from nearly 70 countries around the world make their way to Cologne, Germany to share their work with you. And the Gamescom Awesome Indie Show is a chance to showcase some of the coolest new projects from independent developers. You might know some of them, others might be brand new, but they're all doing incredible work. But like I said, Gamescom is an international affair, and the Gamescom Awesome Indie Show wouldn't be possible without all of IGN's teams around the globe working together. It's time to check in with my esteemed colleague across the pond, Jane Douglas.
Thanks, Damon. I'm here in IGN's brand new London studio. Coming up, we'll be showing you a ton of trailers and dropping some exclusive release date reveals. But we'll also bring you some hands-on previews and talk to some devs about how these games came to life. In just a moment, we'll hit the Gamescom show floor to see some indies out in the wild. But first, there are millions of games out there to keep track of, and here at IGN, we pride ourselves on helping you find what to play next. Scan the QR code on screen and you'll be able to easily wishlist any games shown during the Gamescom Awesome Indies show or elsewhere in our Gamescom coverage. Now, let's hand things over to our field team.
Thanks, Jane. You're watching the Gamescom Awesome Indie Show.
We're here on the Gamescom show floor, and it's massive and full of incredible video games to play.
That's right, and in just a bit, we'll get to play some awesome indie games, but first, it's time for some trailers. These next games take a classic idea and add a whole new spin to them.
Let's take a look at our first batch of games right here on the Gamescom Awesome Indies Show.
Wait, hold on. This looks kind of cool. Yeah, at least the car part did. I'm more interested in that car stuff.
Okay, little by little.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. I'm so scared right now, but it's okay. We got this.
You have 25 deaths. No!
26.
Oh my gosh! No! Why did you jump before? Okay, there's a bomb. Do not stop the car.
Keep going, keep going.
As our learning secretary, you play a crucial role, and I realize this may be challenging because you are a cat. While your office work has been exemplary, it has come to our attention that you have been doing tasks outside your purview. Ha ha ha.
This looks adorable.
This is no laughing matter. Among your offenses,
That's me. This copycats the game.
resources, destroying Doc's property, violating our non-compete clause, seducing our middle management, and sleeping
Wait, what?
on the job. Your personal improvement plan is to be a good corporate asset with a silly little face and tiny toe beans. Remember, the executives are always watching.
And tiny toe beans.
Because they care about your performance. Thank you for listening. Your constant commitment to improvement will someday make you adequate. Wonderful! Now go be the best cat secretary you can be.
Critical reflex?
Meet Pawn, a tanuki with a good heart and a talent for doing things later. The Matsuri Festival is right around the corner. Let's just say he has seen better centuries. So Pawn gets to work. A letter here, a package there, and a totally necessary backflip to top it off. Friends to make. Games to play, activities to do, stories to share, and a little quiet pride in a job done just right. And our Pawn, he's ready to make a difference. All it takes, one long summer to fix what matters most. Tanuki Pawn Summer. Wishlist now.
Solving a murder, navigating complex, intersecting political philosophies, and making morally gray decisions sounds complicated under ideal circumstances. But something tells me it's even harder when you're under lockdown in an apartment building on the eve of a world war. If you're a fan of Disco Elysium, keep an eye on this one. Here's Glass House.
If, on a morning shift, you end up finding 3 corpses under your roof, what would you do? You call the vassals. Nah, there's a war outside. They'd arrest you out of caution. You solve the mystery. Good. You won't be alone. Your party are your flatmates. Though, can you trust them? No. Maybe you should run away. But how can you? The fiefdom of London stock is in lockdown. So, let me ask you again, comrade. If, on a morning shift, you find yourself trapped in a crime scene, what would you do?
It's the Peaky Blinders.
There's a spectre.
Yeah, the music was nice.
The fiefdom of London stock.
Trapped both in his lockdown apartment building and the dystopian society of London stock, Wildemar is having an extremely bad day. Stepping into his shoes in atmospheric isometric RPG Glasshouse means dealing with the demands of the strange and abrasive residents, wrestling with a web of competing ideologies, and investigating a triple murder, all with a blinding hangover. Between its political musings, bleakly funny setting, and human train wreck of a protagonist, comparisons with Disco Elysium are unavoidable. Glasshouse wears its inspiration firmly on its sleeve, but it's shaping up to be much more than just a clone. One standout is its turn-based combat. When things turn ugly, you're free to turn to fists or any weapons discovered during the investigation, rolling dice to inflict damage on the opponent's health. But words can also be just as impactful as violence.
You didn't miss much, Curry.
Keeps swinging punches, Wildemar can deploy different styles of negotiation instead, ranging from aggressive to persuasive to subversive and more, to damage their threat instead of their health, gradually calming them down. In the process, their resistances and weaknesses to particular kinds of argument will be revealed. But you can't just keep hammering away with the same approach once you discover a crack in the armor. Using the same argument multiple times in a row lessens its effectiveness, and each can only be used a certain number of times total before it's exhausted. A clever debater weaves it between different lines of attack to wear the target down. The strength of those different styles is determined by Wildemar's political outlook. Instead of upgrading traditional RPG stats with skill points, you invest points of view into ideologies, each inspired by real-world politics but reimagined to fit this strange world. Invest in the collectivist philosophy of holisticism, and the power of sensible arguments increases, while committing to capitalistic confucianism as the path to becoming more persuasive.
You know, it's good that you missed it, Curry.
More points of view are earned by musing on different political dilemmas thrown out by the world of London stock. Is the lockdown justified, for example, or an infringement on personal freedoms? Whatever your answer, you get to invest further in your chosen ideologies. Each particular combination even confers its own unique title, like the philosophical equivalent of a D&D class. Want to be a warmongering sophist? Well, better commit yourself to mixing colonialism and holisticism, the perfect build for somehow being the most reasonable guy in the room while also furiously berating anyone who disagrees with you. Of course, these decisions also affect what dialogue and choices are available while exploring the building, interacting with people and objects, and reacting to the director and the choir, the two voices in Wildemar's head that narrate and offer running commentary. Each ideology opens up its own possible courses of action based on how many points are invested in it, and every NPC has their own political compass too, determining how they react in dialogue and what weaknesses and strengths they have in a verbal sparring match. It's not just a load of empty debate though. Even outside of the thorny issue of the unsolved murders, there are all sorts of moral choices to be made. As deputy head of the condominium, one of Wildemar's first responsibilities in the game is to hand out the week's meager rations. Who gets a share and how much, however, is up to the player. They can be greedily hoarded, unfairly distributed in exchange for bribes, or portioned out according to apparent need, and you'd better believe that those that go hungry will remember it. With resources so scarce inside the building, the game's surprisingly extensive crafting system is another key feature. Items gathered from unattended drawers and cupboards can be combined to make equipment like bandages, onion soup, and joints. These can be useful in combat, open up dialogue options in conversation, or in the case of lockpicks, unlock whole new areas to snoop around in for clues. Altogether, these systems point to an experience that, behind all the very Disco Elysium-style dark humor and surreal world building, is going to be something a bit more mechanically varied.
Yeah, very Disco Elysium.
It looks a touch closer to the feel of a traditional CRPG, only with fewer fireballs and more authoritarianism. It's an interesting twist on the formula and certainly makes it clear that Glasshouse is more than just an imitator. Now we just need to figure out which of the ideologies best justifies unlocking
a mystery,
and stealing everything that isn't nailed down.
This is your
choices matter game.
And I am sorry for that.
It's time for more from the Gamescom Awesome Indies shows. And wouldn't it be cool if there was a game, a Metroidvania even, about a cannon that thinks it's a sparrow? Well,
damn it.
Good news, there is. Let's find out more about a game called About Cannons and Sparrows right here at Gamescom Awesome Indies show. Follow me.
Yeah, no, we're not seeing Silksong today. If we do somehow see Silksong today, it's not in the show. it's gonna be
About Cannons and Sparrows is
how it happened
Metroidvania
last year.
action adventure with a little cannon which hatches from an egg and thinks it's a bird. He cannot shoot at the very beginning, so he tries to find its own ways to solve problems. The title, it's a German phrase which means to crack a nut with a sledgehammer, so to put too much effort in something. When I started a new company, I used to work like 20 years in the advertising industry, and this phrase was something I had in my mind when it comes to human resources and night shifts and so on. And
Bro,
so
Flappy Bird
we
physics.
started to call our company, which we started about Cannons and Sparrows, to make things differently. But after a while, we came up with the idea to make a game out of some visuals we made. I needed something which is a little bit more for me, a little bit more directly for the audience, and making your own product is something quite new to us. And yeah, this is the main reason to make something for us. This game reflects what we experience. So this is why you play this little cannon in the world and you're a little bit lost. And you always think, okay, now I need to shoot something. You're always trying to go the easiest way, but the game is kind of stopping you. And when we started, we thought, okay, what is the easiest way for us to make a game? And we thought about a platformer. And after we showed our first concept, the people who saw that told us, okay, this have to be a Metroidvania. It's not the easiest way to make your first steps into the gaming development. I created all those characters by sculpting them in VR. I really had a burnout these days. And I tried to find something which brings me back. And VR sculpting was completely different. It was like putting up your headset, being in a different world and just shutting everything down, and you're just doing something. And this brought me back into creativity. I think there's always some spark anywhere. So in my case, it was gaming. It was something I always thought of. Since I was a kid, I wanted to make games, but I never was able to. And so the Unreal Engine and the modern, the modern tools are helping me with that. And maybe for others, the spark sits somewhere else. So like when I started sculpting,
What's up, Beggars, man?
maybe took out some clay, some real clay, do something with that.
I'm here with Nico from About Cannons and Sparrows.
I don't know, man.
And
That game
really
look-
want to play the game. Can I, Nico?
Absolutely.
I don't know about that game.
Yes,
I don't know.
Let's go. Let's see what it's all about.
It didn't really look appealing. Oh, they're showing more.
So I got to play a bit of the demo, and to be honest, that is very, very fun. Like usually, like jumping and all that is not like my go-to games to play, but this one looks so cute. I think the cannon is very smooth to handle. It felt very natural. And also the game dev said that I managed to do a jump that most people don't succeed on the first try. So there's that. Okay, so here I am, the backseat gamer number 1. How are you enjoying the game so far? What's your first impression?
Yes, it looks really cool. I mean, the idea is quite funny because I'm a flying cannon and I'm not yet able to shoot, I think, but I'm flying. I like it, yeah.
That was a lot of fun, and to
I am
recognize
the
that
backseat
and your
gamer.
amazing achievement in this game, we have something for you.
Special category, whoever approved this, thank you.
What? What? What did they give him? What was that sign? That was a very... Are they being mean? What's up, Ludafor? Some of them really don't land. No, they're very how forced. It's like a mix of forced and disconnected at the same time. like I've seen disconnected, I've seen forced, but I've never seen it like together. A forced disconnected joke. I like when they had the plain nerd.
One of the core principles of
plain
gaming
nerd?
is, of course, getting good. Sometimes that's the player's sole responsibility, but many games make that grind more fun through satisfying progression. Whether that's finding new items in a Metroidvania,
Yeah.
unlocking new upgrades in a roguelike, or even just earning some XP and assigning some skill points. The next bunch of awesome indies are all about growing
Oh,
stronger.
yeah. I like that enthusiasm. You remember when E3 existed? About Back in Time Guy? Wait, Back in Time Guy? That sounds funny. No, I don't remember. I miss old E3 when everything was live and not edited. I still blame Nintendo for that. I blame Nintendo for today's way of presenting new games. Yeah, this looks wild. So far, this is better than last year. I think they did learn. Like, I'm telling you, we saw more games just now than they did last year already. Is even Mr. Caffeine?
Long ago, there was balance in the world. Now, hunger has crept across the kingdoms. The roads are no longer safe. And in the darkness beneath the roots, a curse is spreading. Kit, a lowly snail. You were not born mighty. You were not made for this. But sometimes,
Holy shit, this song is crazy.
Most of us must carry the heaviest burdens.
Snail Knight?
Trust your friends. String your bow. Take up your blade. There is strength beneath the smallest shell. There is courage in the softest.
Is this Dark Souls Snail?
Face what waits
Wrestling moves.
and restore what has been lost.
That root. Wait. That was pretty cool. Yeah, it's another crab but snail version. Inkblood, hey bird. You talking to me? Oh, it's a tattoo.
Up next on the Gamescom Awesome Indies show, a first-person horror roguelike about descending into hell, and you'll only survive the horrors that await if you play your cards just right. No, I mean literally, because it's also a tarot-based deck builder. Have a look.
The path is dark. The infernal pilgrimage. Do not fail us.
Another pilgrim, so fragile. A little firefly that plays with such passion. Your
Man.
lips have savor over and over.
Build your deck, strengthen the souls of your cards, and sacrifice others. For your freedom.
No chains, but pilgrims bound must play or be consumed by something bigger than us.
Oh, that's my way. What's up, dog?
Branded in
I mean,
a chance at redemption.
Also, my
In
room
this
is
roguelike
dark.
deck builder, just making it to the card table is a tense scramble for survival. And then it's time to try and outplay a terrifying ghoul who
Reminds you of
absolutely
Hands of
loves
Fate?
making eye contact. Infurious is a unique combination of first-person horror and tabletop strategy set in a truly unsettling vision of hell itself. With only a lantern and a deck of cards for protection, descending through the layers of the underworld is a daunting task. In Infurious, hell isn't an inferno, it's a cold, deathly place built of cavernous structures through which gaunt creatures creep. Though the game's 9 levels are inspired by Dante's Divine Comedy, there's more
I'm
than
a
a little
dog.
Lovecraft
Oh,
in
I
here
sh- I
too.
said
The
doctor.
impossible architecture, eldritch symbols, and the slowly
Do you wanna
draining
be a
sanity
dog?
meter that
Un
serves as
perro?
your health. It's a world as visually
Primo
arresting
perro?
as it is disturbing. The souls that haunt these foreboding halls seem lost, like they've forgotten their purpose. Some lie catatonic on the cold floor or pray hopelessly, while others simply stare at you as you pass. But some of them, and it can be difficult to tell which until they spring to life, are hunters ready to relentlessly pursue a tasty traveler. After several minutes of quiet exploration, walking past everything from gnarled hands reaching out of the walls to shelves of severed heads whose eyes follow you as you pass, a sudden pursuit is a shock to the system. Some monsters can be warded off with the lantern, but its supply of light is limited, burns faster when held out defensively, and it doesn't work on the more distorted horrors. A little stealth can be helpful, but inevitably sneaking soon turns into panic sprinting to the next safe room with echoing footsteps a hair's breadth behind every step of the way. Survive these encounters and the reward is to sit down opposite a creature much like the ones that were just trying to make a snack of you and play some cards. The deck is made up of 2 things, major arcana of the tarot such as the Fool, the Star, and the Wheel of Fortune, which serve as your minions, and stat buffs that can be applied to those minions to help keep them alive and battle the enemy. The Arcana are deployed across a trio of lanes, 1 in each, and once both players have taken a turn by playing 3 cards, they attack whatever is in front of them in order of their speed stat. If that's an enemy Arcana, they'll deal damage to it. If the lane ahead of them is empty, they'll attack the other player directly, removing one of their 5 lives. The rules are simple, but there's a real tension to these showdowns that echoes the horror of the exploration side of the game. Each card can only be played once, and if an Arcana dies, other cards have to be sacrificed to make that lane available again. So just throwing minions in the way of enemy attacks is a survival strategy that very quickly runs out of steam. At the same time, if an enemy Arcana is able to stay on the board for too long, greedily gobbling up buffs, it can become effectively unstoppable. Anything put in front of it will simply die before it has a chance to get strong enough to even fight back. Preventing that in all 3 lanes is tough, and more often than not, winning the match is its own kind of sprint for survival. If you can't slay an Arcana, you can only hope to outpace it, getting enough hits in across the other 2 lanes to defeat the enemy before they can take full advantage of their creation. Win, and the reward is a creepy treasure chest that opens itself, wizened arms extending to offer a choice of new cards to add to the deck. At first, the differences between Arcana seem subtle, but their unique stats, whether higher in attack, defense, health, or speed, have a big impact on how they're best used and kept alive, so it's wise to consider each new addition carefully. The ultimate goal of Inferius is to descend through the 9 layers of hell, treachery, lust, greed, anger, and a few other unsavory themes, and to defeat the bizarre demonic rulers of each one. That is, if you can survive the mutant babies, fleshy spider monsters, and much worse things that stand between you and the card table. Death isn't the end, at least. It's just a one-way ticket back to Limbo, where resources gained during the run can be spent to enhance and modify the cards ahead of the next expedition into the pit. What awaits at the bottom as a reward for all this hard work? Well, we shudder to think.
This is your infernal pilgrimage.
A new strategy game where 4X meets Colony Sim. Lead your people in a living world and conquer it all. Explore, build, research, shape the future of your nation. Every citizen has a will of their own. Your decisions reshape the fate of the world. Will you choose diplomacy or conflict? No two empires are ever the same. Forge your destiny. Conquista, Tide of Wills.
You're rocking with the Gamescom Awesome Indie Show. As you can see, there's a giant robot here at Gamescom, which reminds me of our next game. A fast-paced, twin-stick shooter, 9 rounds rapid, set on a futuristic space station. But before we play it, we'll hear from the team creating it, right? Right. And speaking of connecting with passionate members of the gaming community, Gamescom.global is the digital content
Yo, that suit was cool.
won't want to miss. Players from all around the world get access to
Hello,
streams,
darkness,
trailers,
my
and
old
exclusive
friend.
content from Gamescom and the games showcased on the show floor, along with Gamescom
You ever,
shows. It's
you ever had to
amazing.
use the
And if you
bathroom
wanna
in
take
the
up a fun quest
darkness?
yourself, check
It's
out
the
Gamescom
worst.
Epics, our interactive adventure where you can become part of Epi's
I've
journey.
done it many
Through
times,
the
it
Gamescom
sucks.
verse, across 7 chapters, new tasks, challenges, and loot await you. Check out Gamescom.global or follow this QR code. But now it's time for 9 rounds rapid.
Oh, he tried.
My name is Joe Plant. I'm a director, lead artist, and a dev of our game 9 Rounds Rapid.
I think.
In a previous life, I was lead animator for Fatboy Slim and Iron Maiden. I have always been hugely inspired by games since I was a child. From the Amiga 500 days with developers like the Bitmap Brothers and Psygnosis, they've informed my sense of style and production from the get-go.
By the way, everyone, don't
Huge
forget to
inspiration
take
for
your
me.
meds. If you haven't taken
The
your
art style
meds,
always
don't forget
comes
to take your
first.
meds.
I can't help myself. So I actually got the art style done first thing, kind of backwards. You're supposed to get everything blocked out and finished in that respect. So I did the art style first, and then we built the game and the mechanics around that. I've always had a very strong style, which I can't really escape.
I learned how to
So
type
it
from role
it
playing
came
and
out
flirting
naturally.
on the internet.
We're all hand painted, so it's kind of the hard way, but it's the fun way. So it's all designed, concepted on pencil and paper, and all the textures
At too young
are
an age,
made
mind
in
you.
pencil and paper. Then the 3D models are designed in 3D, obviously, and then we wrap those textures around the models in the 3D software. Then it's painted digitally on top of that. But then for the hero models, then we reflatten all that, print that out, and then rework into the original work with more ink work, and then re-wrap it, re-project it onto the models. Through the process of building it up that way, you keep a kind of organic feel to the work. There's more of me in it as well. It's very fun, it's very satisfying, and the end results speak for themselves, I'd say. How has my past work influenced the work in this game? I would say everything's cumulative in my career, I feel. So everything's growing from the last job and the last job. I'm educating myself constantly and teaching myself and learning. It's informed by it all, but it's evolved from it. My advice to the next generation of artists is to believe in yourself and keep on going and put in the work and just do it. And doors will open. and enjoy it, love the art, and just make it for the sake of it. If you keep on doing it enough, it will work.
And we made it to the 9 rounds rapid booth here on the show floor, and it's time to finally play the game. Let's go. I had so much fun playing that. That is incredibly tense and challenging, and I almost died like 50 times, but I kept going, and I killed everything I could until I couldn't. That is exactly the kind of game I love. It reminds me of Smash TV or other old school arcade games I used to play, twin stick shooters. It just feels great. The weapon upgrades are awesome. I love the art direction and the robot enemies and everything. It is exactly what I want to play more of. But hey, I should probably let other people play this game too, so let's go see what the folks at Gamescom think of it. All right, so you just played through the 9 rounds rapid demo here at Gamescom. What'd you think of the combat?
Very intuitive, very self-explanatory. I had zero problems figuring out what to do. You aim, you shoot, you kill, and you move on, and that's what I like.
Joe, we just want to give you this certificate of recognition. It's called Your Heartbeat Called. It's Concerned, which means it's very tense and challenging, and that really worked for me, so congrats.
Thank you so much. We very much appreciate it.
All right, before we go check out some
These
awesome
rewards
indies,
are weird.
here's a quick reminder of what you can expect from Gamescom 2026.
Oh, I love E3 cringe moments. I love them a lot. I quote them all the time, I promise you. I miss them so badly. But the reason why they're gone is because of Nintendo. Nintendo was the first one to decide they were sick of being embarrassed. Because they hate being embarrassed. Nintendo really doesn't like that. And so they started doing video edited presentations. And then like a year after that or two, Sony followed suit. And now they rarely do live shows. I hate it. Yo, what's up, Alien Taylor? Do you remember that I told you about me emailing my principal about this grades yesterday? Yeah, I do. How did it go? One more time is such as people don't use that anymore. That was like on stage. Stone Age, but I'm old. Oh. She said yes. Yo, nice. I'm happy you're able to express yourself. Gender affirmations are very important. Yo, thanks for the learning now, Walt. Even though you can't hear it.
There are countless artistic mediums that can be used to tell compelling stories or deliver stunning visuals, but one thing that makes games truly unique is their ability to turn players loose in a whole self-contained microcosm they can explore on their own. Up next, we're checking out a few awesome indies that we can't wait to explore for ourselves. Take a look.
Come on, Pokemon community game. I'm using my streamer powers for you to listen to me. Let me catch that. You can make me miss every other Pokemon from now on forever. This is the only time I need you to actually, catch it for me. I swear to God, if you don't let me catch that Zoro, I'm gonna crash out. That game looked cool. I mean, I like the style. I like
you
Opali.
ascended Mount Kami with Pro Climber Ava, exploring its secrets and pushing your climbing skills to the limit to reach the peak. Now it's time to see how Ava and Marco train for the mountain in Cairn's upcoming free DLC, On the Trail. That's right, it's time to climb as Marco. He isn't as legendary
We got
as Ava
it!
yet, but he offers a whole
Oh my
new way to
God!
climb. He's a little less
Poor
flexible and a
doctor.
bit shorter, but he compensates by tilting his body to reach distant holds. And it's even more impressive when a pro climber in training tops out on a project. And we have plenty of new projects for you. Discover the challenges set by legendary climber Otto Mondo. More bite-sized climbs still packed with the challenge and discoveries you expect from Cairn. Get started in a climbing gym filled with technical routes. And then trek to a tropical deep water paradise and a collection of ruins on a remote island.
Oh yeah, lots of fun things here. As long as you don't mind water.
These new locations up the challenge while dialing down the lethality just a tad. Water hurts a lot less than stone, making deep water solo a great choice for hardcore training.
I made a splash.
However, you'll still start from the bottom if you fall into the drink. To preserve Cairn's survival challenge, we've introduced energy mode for these new climbs. You only have a certain amount of energy to reach the top, so be sure to spend it wisely and try not to fall too much. From perilous underhangs to the climbing gym of your dreams, On the Trail brings you more of the sweaty controller climbs you love from Cairn with exciting new twists. Marco and 3 new climbing locations will be waiting for you when On the Trail releases later this year.
Rated O for old people.
Where our police have lost all dignity. Are you an actual cop?
Sir, I'm a public safety officer. I enforce the law with kindness and vulnerability.
Where diverse youth dress up like animals.
We are the feral furries, the coolest kids in the Anthropos scene.
Where government spending is out of control.
We have universal health care. You didn't pay for it.
If everything is free, well, then I'll take 10 euthanasias. In a future where was I going with that? So what's this last quest list?
Before you die, you have to eat a real steak.
Hell yeah!
Smoke a cigar.
Appropriate.
Drink a Coke.
Oh, I miss Coke so much.
Drive a combustion engine car.
Ooh.
Get into a fist fight.
Oh, I always wanted to do that. Future? No thanks.
That looked really funny. Yo, Wukong. Wukong Kingdom Hearts? Bro, this just looks like Kingdom Hearts, but you play as Wukong. And I don't mean Wukong from the game Licensed Wukong. I just mean the story, which is the same thing, but still.
I won't leave without Lyra. I need to find her.
Wait, what? You're not a monkey? He looked like a monkey. That looked like Kingdom Hearts.
Welcome to System 60. You've been hired, which means that in this training,
That's the point, AJ.
you'll learn everything about your new workplace. Your primary responsibility at System 60 is testing our new products and identifying any possible bugs. You'll be using our revolutionary geometry testing system. The bugs can be found anywhere inside, so be very observant when traversing.
Yo, I love E3. I bet you whatever video you watched, I've seen it like 100 times. Sorry, I freaking love E3 cringe compilation.
Technology company. Our greatest asset will always be our people. guys, how am I supposed to work under these conditions, huh? You can look forward to free lunches.
Same for
together
or any kind of cringe compilation, honestly. But I missed that era of E3.
Is answer the call.
It's Ridge Racer.
We've already
Ridge Racer.
Back in 2010,
$599 US dollars.
revolutionized the narrative puzzle platform. Since then, games like Inside, Little Nightmares, and Reanimal have explored shadowy new corners of that particular subgenre. Our next awesome indie has similar vibes, but features an
I don't remember a
that
caffeine
should
joke.
majorly shake up gameplay. Here's a look at 4 AM right here at the Gamescom Awesome Indie Show.
Here's this giant enemy crab, and you attack its weak point for massive damage. It goes wait, now I gotta see it. No, you're sure. You're sure. Giant crab is the peak of realism. Someone remix him to a metal music? I'm not sure. I'm just small-boned. This is gonna be a shorty pie.
In this dark cinematic stealth adventure, the key to staying alive is one unusual tool: the power to clone objects
I thought
around
the
you.
guy
4
took a
AM's bleak
piss.
atmosphere and striking
Did you
visuals
see that?
draw inspiration
It looked
from
like he
Limbo
took a
and
piss,
Inside,
but that
at
was
the
actually
same
his
time,
like
this ability
ability.
to copy and paste reality gives the player a much higher level of agency.
It
find
looked
their own
weird, it looked
creative
weird.
and unique path through the game. The name is certainly appropriate. You know
Remember,
that
height is
feeling of
measured
waking
from the
up at
head to
some
the sky,
ungodly
not
hour
from feet to
bleary-eyed
the
and
head.
confused and being
Exactly.
spooked by a light passing by the window?
It's
That's
this
pretty much the
pea
vibe of
stream,
4
bro.
AM.
Don't
Protagonist Ayla is on the run, seemingly after having escaped from some
Dude,
kind of
I'll
experiment
go
or human
back. I'll
harvesting
show you. It
system.
looked like
The
he
world is
pissed in the
oppressively
river.
dark, but seeking out the light is not a good idea. Glaring beams indicate the presence of the Yellow, a mysterious evil force served by robotic headlamp-faced creatures out for blood. But perhaps it's not all bad, because the Yellow also seems to power Ayla's node, the strange device on her back. It's this that lets her duplicate items around her, and that's the key to traveling across this hostile world. Usually in this subgenre, the environments are just background imagery to shuffle past on the way to the next objective, with anything interactive positioned obviously in the foreground. 4 AM's 2.5D areas demand more careful exploration, because even objects far in the background are still a viable target to be copied. That crate lying forgotten in the
That's a
shadows,
girl?
for example, could be crucial to getting up to a high ledge. Copy it,
Girls
stack
can
it where
be
it's
too.
needed, and Ayla's got a handy platform. As the obstacles get more daunting, so the possibilities grow, and the challenges don't have one correct solution. With a full physics engine and the ability to copy a wide range of objects and place them wherever you want, creative players can find their own unique ways to progress. Where one person builds a carefully balanced bridge of planks, another might improvise a makeshift staircase of crates. The system promises to branch off in all sorts of unique directions as different puzzles and environmental effects present themselves. From changing the elevation of platforms by stacking them with heavy objects, to catching a crate on fire before placing it to burn away a barrier, to dropping a metal pipe between two generators to enable the flow of electrical current between them, the possibilities are really intriguing. And that same spirit of improvisation extends into the tense encounters with the minions of the Yellow. Ayla's no match for hulking spider robots, so stealth and speed are key. Duplicated objects can provide something to hide behind, for example, and enemies react to sound and motion, so a crate dropped in the right place can be a clever piece of misdirection. What's really compelling is that at the same time that these elements grant the player
look,
much more
happened again.
agency
Look,
than
look,
in
look.
other cinematic side-scrollers, they also seem to enhance the feeling of vulnerability. Instead of
I'm way too
triumphantly
excited
finding
to
the one correct solution,
point that
Ayla
out.
is always scrambling for an improvised way through. Her wobbly constructions often collapsing behind her as gravity
I was
takes
gonna go
hold.
back, but I was like,
When she
I
escapes
don't want
from
to
a
risk missing
mechanical monster,
something.
It's by the skin of her
harder.
teeth, sprinting for safety as stealthy plans start to fall apart. There's no sense of safety to be found here, and studying the environment for possible tools only highlights how vast and mysterious the looming backdrop is, Ayla feels tiny and defenseless as she scrambles past strange architecture and along empty roads. What exactly happened to this seemingly crumbling civilization is deliberately mysterious, with a story that, as in 4AM's inspirations, seem to be told without any dialogue.
Oh my God,
there are hints of Matrix films here as well, with humans hunted by machines and held captive en masse in glowing pods. Does that suggest this is another tale of technology gone awry? And just as there's a focus on player agency and the puzzle solving and stealth, the narrative too is peppered with important decisions. As Ayla happens upon different events playing out in the world, such as discovering a cage full of freshly captured people like herself kept locked by a nearby device, she can choose whether to pass on by or to put herself in danger by intervening. It can sometimes feel like there's nothing new to see among Limbo and Inside's many imitators and successors, but 4AM makes one of the most convincing pitches of recent years.
Off door. Anime. I like the part about the piss. It really was really innovative. Oh, I like the green one, Nissa. Oh, look at the cute donkey boy! Oh, did you see that? The second time a P-related topic crossed me today. I was thinking yesterday, I don't think I said it out loud. I was thinking like, how come we don't see like donkey, like anime, like people? And we just saw a donkey boy. Yeah, or it could have been a girl, actually.
You're watching the Gamescom Awesome Indies show. The world can be crazy and confusing and so loud, so sometimes what you gotta do is you gotta play something
You won't
really
give me my
relaxing
streak here, but I already got the
Luckily,
Pokemon thing.
that's
Who understands
exactly
you?
what our next game, Snow Tracked, is all about.
Because they'd be the
Let's learn
butt
more
of the
about how
joke.
the game was made and play it ourselves. Let's get out of the sun and into the cold.
Donkey Musume. Yeah, I love donkeys. They're one of my favorite animals.
I make the game Snow Tracked, which is
no one did it better than Shrek, on
you
God.
just being a kid during winter in a beautiful landscape, and you can roam around, explore, and play around with your friends also. Being a kid for me
is cool.
Being driven by
They're protection animals for farms.
curiosity.
Yeah,
So
they're
you don't
so
have any
cool. They're
demands
so
from you from
smart. They're so
outside. You're just like,
sweet.
oh, I want to go that way.
They're so cute.
That's the game I wanted to make, and it felt
They're one
right
of the
to
smartest
have it
animals.
around,
And for some reason, they're the butt of the joke.
Liked snow and how
If I can't throw snowball in the game is a failure. I don't. That's
A
true.
lot of other things like
You make a
sci-fi
snow day
and
game?
Those things
Can't
I've
throw
done for
snowball?
work, but for my own game, I wanted to do just nature. So I moved up north to like almost the polar circle. You just kind of walk around in environments like these and make tracks and destroy snow and stuff. When you go to a small community like that up north, you become friends with kind of your neighbors, and they were very surprised.
I think the construction stuff might be over. I have to check. Because some things are open still.
Sounds outside, and moving up there has been like a journey to find sort of calmness. So, like in the game, a place to kind of unwind for a bit.
I found that it's actually a window where you see.
I they moved to make the game more accurate. That's really awesome.
To me, winter is one of the seasons, right? And I think humans, we also have seasons where we go in and reflect on things or rest for real. And I feel like we're not always doing that in our culture. Like we're always on all the time. This is a game a lot about reflection and sort of rest and all those kind of aspects.
Reflection. Disgrace.
I wanted to see if I could make an environment or a space for you to be in without me giving you points for it. Like if I remove the points, would you still wanna be in the environment? And not anti-game, but different type of project. Seeing how nature is up there, that's been really inspiring.
I love that song. Yeah, I love that movie.
Sounds, like the absolute quiets that you can find up there. And it's not like if you have headphones and it's quiet like here, it's quiet like all the way to the horizon. That's been really cool and inspired me to for the soundscape in the game. There's good things if you have a connection to a place also.
Oh shit! We got a raid from Mimi!
Really like that experience.
Yo, big sister Mimi!
Things you could really value.
It is a good sequel. Hi Mimi! How was the stream? I would beat y'all up, but I'd be covering the games. But I'll at least threaten you from raid and running. You can't raid and run. You're ready to say. Hello everyone. I am a bird shark VTuber. I do things in the screen all the time.
That was refreshing. So relaxing, actually.
Like dance,
Playing
like
in
a
the snow
dance.
is a lot of fun. Everybody knows that. And the problem is you get cold, like really, really
I said I
soon.
wouldn't cover the screen to beat you up, but here I am doing it anyway.
For you at home, but it's certainly a lot of fun walking through the snow, throwing snowballs,
everyone here, this
collecting
is Mimi,
things.
big sister
it's
Mimi.
giving a very, very wholesome vibe.
She's so cool.
Guys are awesome. You can keep
She
playing.
works
I'll
very
just hold the
hard. She does her
microphone.
own
How are you
VTuber
enjoying
models.
this game so far?
And she was using her bunny one today.
Right now, but
I like the bunny
I'm
one.
gonna like it.
Got it. And do you feel like a
Oh,
sense
okay.
of like game is
More like
calming
astronomy
or
work and more
like
work.
relaxing kind of?
I
or
know
are
you.
you, like,
I was
stressed trying
listening to
survive
you
in the
play that
snow?
game
No, I think it's like
yesterday. I was like, "Yo,
more
Bibi's
relaxed
about
because
to
it's more like a
crash."
base builder, so yeah, I can relax right now.
You were
So
not
if
having
you
a
look for a place for some
But yo, you
quiet in the Gamescom, then
trudged
this is
on.
where you should go.
You kept going.
What a charming and very calming game. We have a
Evo was playing as the big in his face. Wait, me?
I feel really honored.
When will the game be available
Deception
to play?
and
Like maybe a
outrage,
demo?
disgrace, for shame. We are for trouble, the moment he came.
You're welcome. And yeah, I love playing this game, and I hope you guys check it out as
Game
well.
is much.
Keep watching the
It's got
Gamescom
no
Awesome
everything, or you suffer. You'll suffer until you know. That makes sense. I just talked over that whole thing. They have a hard time keeping me in. Oh, is this by Cook? This kind of looks like that that one game where the slot machine game. It did never change. Yeah, it looks like the Let's Go gambling game. Getting close to an equilibrium where I can start to chill and finally chase the alien around the map like a mad woman. Tickets and I'm done Tinder. That game looks hard. The one you're playing. I watched Doey play that, and who else? I saw someone else play that. I had no idea what the heck I'm looking at every time I see it, and then watching you talk about that game made me like, okay, cool. So I really, this is just like abnormal.
Up next on the Gamescom
Clover
Awesome
Pit, yeah.
Indie Show, a look at some games that are trying new things
Alien Tinder.
narratively. Maybe that's telling a story unlike anything we've heard before.
Alien
or
Tinder.
maybe it's dealing with familiar
Smash.
subject matter, but told in a whole new way. In either case, they are well worth checking out.
My brain had to send the Let's Go Gambling. Let's Go Gambling.
I never knew much about my grandfather.
Damn.
Whenever I saw him
Dino
at the
Snap.
lighthouse, he was tinkering with his cards.
Have you seen the movie
Little did I know,
Begonia?
he found a
No,
way to keep
what's
his memories
Begonia?
alive. I could see them unfold right in front of me. I followed the path and used what he left behind to uncover every fragment of his memory. In time,
It's like Merlin, kind of. You gotta learn before you can enjoy the game. But it didn't work because even the tutorial manual is really shit explaining things. I have to look up online to find out how to do X, Y, and Z. Every time what I miss.
made me feel like a child again.
Some of the games have been nice. Awesome, this
he
awesome
kept them
thing.
for me.
I think you should watch it. I might rewatch it tonight.
Wherever he is
It
now.
was with Emma Stone. It's about her character getting kidnapped by a guy who thinks she's a alien. Like, that sounds funny. And she's like, bro, I'm just a successful businesswoman. And he's like, but the aliens got weird hair, and I know you're one of them. Alright, I'm alert. Gotta do aftercare, stream body care. Not any game will catch my fancy. It's always the same game over and over again. I never. You got it, Mimi. Have a good shower. Get yourself as beautiful and clean as you are. Oh yeah, GTA 6 doing an extended trailer on Netflix. Oh, that's today? Was Emma Stone again? She's known for playing as a Harry Potter character, I think, right? Is that her? Is that the same one? He played as Hermione in the Harry Potter series. You're fine because the guy sounds normal, okay, but he starts to sound so freaking wild. Easy woman. She was in, let's see, what the? That's not Emma Stone, you clown. That's not Emma Stone? Who the heck is Emma Stone? They said they're allowing creators to stream it. Wait, really? They are? I can stream it? Wait, are you serious? I'm allowed to stream it? What time is it? Now? What? I don't have time. I need a thumbnail. Wait, are you a nun with a gun? I need a tab. You're going. Can I post a link? You're allowed to. You're allowed to do whatever you want.
Hello and welcome to Isle Goblin, a game where you and your friends work together to fight off the nasty humans that have invaded your island. Unfortunately for you, it won't be easy, so you'll need to explore for resources, fight humans, steal their strange and mysterious artifacts, and encounter terrifying bosses. Then you'll come home to rebuild your town and help out all your goblin villagers. The NPCs will have little lives and desires of their own, and you can befriend them by giving them gifts, doing tasks for them, or inviting them to come follow you around. Now speaking of friends, the game supports multiplayer with up to 7 of your real-life goblin pals. You can pillage dungeons, solve puzzles, slay humans, and raise spider babies together to your heart's content. Now I've just signed a deal with a publisher, so I was able to quit my job and now I'm working on it full time. It's progressing fast and I'm going to start public playtesting soon, so make sure to head on over to Steam and click this big button here to get in line if that sounds fun. You can also of course
they logged me out.
Email when it does release. And with that, thanks for watching and hopefully I'll see you around on Isle Goblin.
I'm sorry, Doctor.
There are plenty
I mean,
of games
I
that
believe you,
involve
Curry.
solving puzzles in haunted locations, and lots more that let you dabble in building renovation and interior decoration, and even a few games that feature.
But now with on context or commentary. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, I think this. We don't need this text anymore. I think.
Here's a closer look at There Are No Ghosts at the Grand.
I think the
part of the
construction people are
Gamescom Awesome
gone.
Indies show.
Oh, I might keep this. This is cute.
Welcome to the Grand Hotel, once a glittering jewel of opulence and prestige, but now just a crumbling ruin, a mere shadow of its former self. I am Robert C. McBrushy, and I'll be your guide to the beautiful English seaside town of Kingswood-on-Sea.
I really gotta use the bird room. I'm gonna AFK.
I've been acting a wee bit strange of late.
Every room I clear, the more of the hotel I unlock, the more the house seems to be coming alive. It's almost like it wants to talk to me.
Chris, you need to know this house does things. It's like it swallows people.
The deeper I go, the more it feels like I'm walking further into a maze.
Looks like I'm not the only one who's been here.
Aye, it's a popular wee camping spot.
Part renovation sim, part Lovecraftian mystery, part ghost hunting shooter, There Are No Ghosts at the Grand is overflowing with creative ideas. From characters breaking into interactive musical numbers, to busting ghosts with paint and power tools, to literally stepping into a village's forgotten memories to discover its dark past, it's an adventure quite unlike anything else you'll play this year. American Chris David inherits a rundown hotel in a fading English seaside town, but there's nothing conventional about the way he goes about restoring the building to its former glory. Rather than using paint rollers and a power drill, David is handed a set of high-tech decorating guns. They even come with a cheerily annoying onboard AI that's desperate to tutorialize the process no matter how much he protests. The sandblaster scours away old wallpaper, smooths rough surfaces, and obliterates unwanted furniture. The power spray can instantly apply a new coat of paint to a room and somehow even shoot out wallpaper and new floorboards. Objects can be moved around with the furniture, which can also instantly summon up everything from beds to chairs to pianos, and the TurboVac sucks up any loose debris, from fallen leaves to bits of broken furniture, and where needed, ejects it back out again too. With such an impressive arsenal, renovation is quick and easy, especially with how forgiving the game is of the little details. It'll automatically fill in the edges of a wall once the majority of it's been painted, making for a pleasingly gentle experience that's simple, but with plenty of room for creativity. Certain rooms and areas offer a specific set of challenges to complete, such as fully clearing them of debris, putting up a fresh coat of wallpaper, and fixing all the wonky hanging portraits. There's pleasure to be had in carefully picking over the room, searching for all the little elements that need fixing. But equally, if you're feeling less patient, each gun has a scanner that highlights objects you still need to use it on, allowing for a quick speed run through the tasks instead. There are even little puzzles to discover and solve as the decoration work goes on. A set of seasonal paintings, for example, offers a reward if rearranged back in the right order of spring through winter. But beyond the hotel, there are much bigger mysteries in need of investigation. Progressing through the story means meeting the colorful locals, exploring the village and nearby islands, and getting to the bottom of a supernatural mystery involving ghosts, Lovecraftian monsters, and an eerie black slime.
I think I've discovered where the weird black slime on the beach is coming from.
Oh, so you mean it's not leaking straight from hell?
And the best part? Much of it is delivered in musical form. Exactly why the local inhabitants are so prone to bursting into song, we couldn't tell you, but it's a charming way to learn more about their personalities and the village's plight. Thankfully, the musical numbers don't grind the game to a halt, often accompanying the action rather than simply being a cutscene. You even get to join in certain parts, picking dialogue choices that both change the lyrics of the verses and affect how characters feel about you.
I'll do my part and unravel the strings down in the deep, deep dark.
It's not all song and laughter though, and soon things take a darker turn. During a trip to an island that could be the source of the black goo, David gets stranded, and though the decorating guns are handy for creating a comfortable camp, when night falls, the supernatural creeps in. A strange black cat follows David and reveals it can talk, in an Australian accent because why not?
Sorry about that, mate. I'm just looking for the dunny.
While ghostly figures waver in the air and strange monsters emerge from the shadows. It can be genuinely unnerving despite the game's otherwise cozy feel. One sequence involves a swarm of creepy shape-shifting chairs which could change the way you look at furniture forever. It's right about now you realize how versatile the decorating guns really are. A leaping monster can be put down with a shot from the sandblaster, while an invisible spirit
Yo, the construction is over!
And yes, of course you can suck up ghosts with the vacuum.
Run, boy! Run! They keep coming.
They might just be the key to getting some answers too. Exploring at night reveals strange floating memories, windows into moments in the past that they can only access by making the area around them match how it used to look. So before long, David is discovering classified World War II secrets and
I think I made a really bad first impression for a lot of people today.
Books back onto their shelves. A tidy up and a fresh coat of paint really can solve any problem. And as the game progresses, that philosophy is applied across the whole village, and you're tasked with renovating shops and residences all around the semi-open world. A place for everything,
Restorations, I was thinking Power.
including monsters from beyond our mortal world.
Oh,
what
sorry.
could be more satisfying than that?
Don't look so smug. You're trapped here too.
I'm sorry, I just talked over a cool game, didn't I? But
Rest in the living waters. Fear the word and rejoice with trembling.
I am on it.
Where are we?
Maju bus pa etrekon.
It is the faith that betrayed us.
Don't you know? All change is progress.
Oh my god. Hold on.
Another story ends, just as I had written it.
Understand? Go crazy, go wild. Wait, what does that mean? Go crazy, be stupid. Yeah, it's very Hollow Knight-y. Honestly, blasphemous. Again? I tell that mariachi.
The retro area at Gamescom 2026 is full of nostalgia, and up next is a modern retro game that not only celebrates our love for classic gaming, but also has its own little
Didn't we make a Tetris joke today?
I'm heading to the Gamescom indie area to check it out, but before we get there, let's learn what this retro roguelike with a twist is all about.
He's gay.
I was inspired to make this game by a
Bro,
very personal
Christmas?
story of mine.
What?
Growing up, I had a very close friend, and the way that we bonded, the way that we shared our time together
Why is
was
the
playing
picture
video
broken
games.
like that?
Every weekend, we'd rent a new game from our local Rogers Video or Video Update, and that was just what we did.
Go crazy.
That's what we talked
Go
about.
on.
It's how
Be stupid.
we built our friendship. And unfortunately, shortly after high school, this friend of mine, he passed away. He got ill. There was really
Bro, my man
not much
came
to
to
do in the
awesome
time
game.
that we had. And about
Tell
maybe
us.
10 years after that, I was back at my parents' house and I was going through my stuff in the garage, my old stuff, found my old video game consoles, and I started hooking them up and playing them just for old time's sake to see what I had, go down memory lane. And his save data was still in those games. So that idea of his, what I call the digital ghost, was still living in those games.
Oh, that
And I
would
felt
fuck me up. That would
was
mess
such
me
a
up. I would probably
uniquely
start
modern
bawling
form of
if I saw that.
So I wanted to make a game about this idea of digital ghosts and what happens when we revisit the past through the lens of these video games that we may have shared with someone who was important to us.
I heard
The
a story
idea
like
of
this.
Game is that you're actually playing someone else's copy of Dungeon Lurker. This isn't your copy, this isn't your game system, this isn't your space, but you're revisiting the memories that you shared with someone who had it. Even in ways that probably won't matter to people, it's all pulled from my experience of digging through those old memories. That's what that whole basement setup is. It's an old TV that really a whole setup that just hasn't been touched since the 90s or since the early 2000s. And I really want players to feel like they're, even in a slightly uncomfortable way,
experiences like
they're
that.
digging into someone else's life through the lens of the games that they played, the media they consumed, whatever it is. We went with a very action-focused, roguelite kind of experience because I love action games. It's really my bread and butter. It's the type of games that we
I don't want to see this. I'm gonna be back. Okay, you got it, Noni.
Sword being a big influence there. But also we want players to really feel invested in the game world. Really drawn in to a point where they might even be totally taken off guard or surprised by what happens with the rest of the game. When a game has an overarching meta-narrative, sometimes the gameplay can be very simple because it's more focused on the story. And we want a game that you can really sink your teeth into. It's got pretty intense, more methodical combat, It's a little more arcadey in its design. The story here is really what inspired it, but we're very passionate about the design and the game experience on its own. I think if my friend was still alive and he got to play the game, I think he'd enjoy it. I think he'd dig it. And I would hope and I would believe that he would appreciate it, because I mean, there's a lot of stuff I didn't get to say to him before he left. And in
the
way,
dark and high
this
saturation
game is a way for me to say some of those things.
It reminds me of the story of the boy who launched his old PlayStation 2 game. It was a driving game, and back then, driving games had a ghost of somebody's save of their best race, time. And he found his dad's ghost. Yeah.
So yeah, Dungeon Lurker
and
is awesome.
it was
I'm so
a
glad I
hard
got
ghost to
play
beat,
it
and he
right
went
here
out
at
of his way to
Gamescom.
try and beat
The
it.
art direction is so
And I
cool.
think
The
just
combat
before
is
he
really
beat it, he
fun and
turned it off
challenging, and it's
so that it
packed with
doesn't
secrets
save
that I
over the
just
ghost.
love little Easter eggs from that era. Being able to pull out and see the living room and flip through a manual that has actual handwritten notes in it just reminds me of the era
I'd never
of video
beat the
games
ghost who
I
was
grew up
someone I
playing
cared
in
about.
with my
Same.
friends. So it just makes me really happy that this exists. I cannot wait to play the full version of Dungeon Lurker. Well, that's what I thought of Dungeon Lurker, but let's find out what someone at Gamescom thinks about it. So Bjorn, you're playing through the Dungeon Lurker demo right here on the Gamescom show floor. What do you think of it?
Oh, it's fantastic. It has really great beat 'em up influences for an action game. So enemies actually swarm you, play intelligently.
I
I'm
just always
interested
loved
to
him when
see
he
where
did.
this
If I was
goes.
one day got good
Yeah, me
enough
too.
to
I'm a
there.
huge fan of the sort of very crunchy, grimy pixel art aesthetic. The way the camera is kind of panned out a little bit and on this angle is really smart. And yeah, all the bells and whistles kind of underneath the hood of hopping into the manual, seeing the living room, all that stuff is such a nice touch. Also, the creature design is just amazing.
I mean, whoever came up with the idea for these arcade cabinets, needs to get the raise. It looks great.
Alex, thank you so much for having us here and letting us play Dungeon
I'm
Lurker.
not
It's
sure I
awesome.
like
we actually
that.
want to give you a special recognition.
Personally.
It's called Watch Out. This one's got a secret, and I think it has quite a few, in fact.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having us, and we can't wait to play more Dungeon Lurker.
But maybe it makes it
And
easier to
those are
see.
just a few of our favorite awesome indies here at Gamescom, but there are so many more games here. As you can see, tons of gamers are on their way to play more awesome indies right here on the show floor.
So you should come down here to Gamescom yourself and get your hands on those awesome indies.
Thank you so much for watching the Gamescom
We
Awesome
are
Indie
used to
Show,
home
and
console.
we'll see you on the show floor. Bye.
I'm sure he was an old school gamer who was used to playing arcade. No, I love arcade cabinets, but the thing is, it's kind of. Yeah, I'll go back.
Fantastic.
It's, it's still just a computer, within a box instead of a proper cabinet. So it's just kind of it feels like playing pretend, but maybe the darkness over the screen helps.
It has really great.
Go to Gamescom. You heard of? Yo, you got it. I'll go right there. What did I miss while I was AFK? Y'all were interested in something. Was this it?
Yes, of course you can suck up ghosts with the vacuum.
Run, boy! Run! They keep coming.
They might just be the key to getting some answers. Could be the source of the black goo. David gets stranded, and though the decorating guns are handy for creating a comfortable camp, when night falls, the supernatural creeps in. A strange black cat follows David and reveals it can talk in an Australian accent, because why not?
Sorry about that, mate. I'm just looking for the dunny.
While ghostly figures
I
waver
like
in the
cats
air
that
and
talk.
strange monsters emerge from the shadows. It can be genuinely
Who's your favorite
unnerving despite
talking
the game's
cat?
otherwise cozy feel.
Is it Lona from
One
Sailor
sequence
Moon?
involves a swarm of
Is it
creepy
the one
shape-shifting
cat
chairs,
from,
which could
Kiki
change the way
Delivery
you look at
Service?
furniture forever. It's right about now you realize how versatile the decorating guns really are. A leaping.
Okay. Y'all want to see the Grand Theft Auto GTA thing? Are y'all up for that? I do got Netflix. I can do it. You see, you said Rockstar allows creators to. You just gotta actually talk over it. Okay. How about we separate the VOD for YouTube? So let me stop YouTube. I made a quick